People like to believe that evil is easy to recognize, that danger announces itself, that monsters look like monsters. But the truth is far more disturbing. Sometimes the most dangerous people are the ones who look ordinary, quiet, forgettable. In the 1970s and early 1980s, in Anchorage, Alaska, there lived a man who fit perfectly into the background of everyday life. He owned a small bakery. He worked long hours. He paid his bills. He smiled at customers. People trusted him. His name was Robert Hansen, and for years, no one suspected what he was hiding. Robert Hansen did not stand out in any way. He wasn't charismatic, he wasn't charming, he wasn't powerful or wealthy. Shy, socially awkward, often described as boring, and that worked in his favor. In a community where people expected danger to come from outsiders, Hansen blended in as someone safe, someone familiar, someone invisible. He became known as the Quiet Baker, a man who spent his days working with dough and ovens, not drawing attention to himself. But behind that normal routine was a double life that would remain hidden for years. During this time, women around Anchorage began to disappear. At first, there was no clear pattern, no obvious suspect, no public panic. Many of the missing women were vulnerable, people whose disappearances did not immediately make headlines. And Robert Hansen understood something deeply unsettling. He understood that if you look respectable enough, people stop asking questions. Hansen used his normal life as camouflage. He relied on routine, on predictability, on the fact that no one saw him as a threat. Even when he was questioned by police at one point, there was not enough evidence to hold him. And because he did not look dangerous, suspicion faded. System failed, not because there were no warning signs, but because those signs came from someone who didn't fit the image of a criminal. This is one of the most disturbing aspects of the case. Not just the crimes themselves, but how easily Hansen avoided attention simply by appearing ordinary. For years, his secret life continued. Neighbors lived next to him. Customers spoke to him daily. People passed him on the street without a second thought. And all the while, families searched for answers that never came. Everything began to change when one woman survived. She escaped. For the first time, investigators had a living witness, not rumors, not theories, but a direct account. Her testimony gave police a reason to look closer. Slowly, carefully, evidence began to point toward the man no one had ever suspected. Robert Hansen. Searches revealed items that did not match the harmless image he had built. Details emerged that showed his quiet life had been a mask. The baker wasn't just a baker. He was someone who had been living two completely separate lives, one in plain sight and one hidden in silence. When Hansen was finally arrested, the shock rippled through the community. People who knew him struggled to understand how the man they saw every day could be capable of such acts. Customers replayed conversations in their heads. Neighbors questioned their own judgment. How could someone so ordinary hide something so dark? Eventually, Hansen confessed. He admitted to multiple murders over several years. The man who sold bread to his neighbors had been living a secret life built on control, deception, and cruelty. Robert Hansen was sentenced to life in prison. He would never return to the bakery, never return to normal life. But the damage had already been done. Lives were lost. Families were left without closure. Community was forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. Robert Hansen's case forces us to face something deeply unsettling. Evil doesn't always look chaotic. It doesn't always look angry. It doesn't always look suspicious. Sometimes it looks quiet. It looks routine. It looks boring. It looks like someone you pass every day without noticing. And that is what makes cases like this so disturbing. Not just what happened, but how long it went unnoticed. Because the most frightening monsters are not the ones who look dangerous. They're the ones who don't.